Today's lesson is 10.4 on page 416. We're just going to focus in on multiplying monomials. Oh, I need to grab a pen really fast. Okay, so when you multiply monomials, you'll have an equation like 3a squared b times 2ac squared. In this case, you take just the like terms. So we have 3 and 2 as a like terms, and we'll actually multiply 3 and 2. So the numbers you multiply, so that 3 times 2 equals 6. Then we take a and we add the exponents. So we have a squared plus or times a to the first power. Well, you just keep the variable, add the exponents. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. And then we have b and c, which are not like terms, so they don't work together. So these are the only two things that change. So it ends up being 6a to the third power, b doesn't have an exponent, and it's c squared. Okay, and the same, sorry about Theo, he needs nap. And then the same goes over here. So we have 3y to the fourth power times, excuse me, so sad, so tired. Oh, I just wrapped him up. I think he's okay for a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. I'm recording. So we have 3y to the fourth power times 8y to this second power squared. So you just take your like terms. So in this case, we have our numerical numbers as a like terms. So you have 3 times 8, and then you have your y's. Y to the fourth power times y to the second power. And then you just go through, and your numbers that don't have any variables, you just multiply. 3 times 8 equals 24. And then your variables with your like terms, you just add the exponents. 4 plus 2 equals 6, and then you keep the y. So it turns into 24y to the sixth power. And again, if it doesn't have a variable, you automatically put a little 1 in front of it. So we have the like terms of our numerical numbers as 4 times 5. I know that looks like 45. I'm going to scratch it out. And we have c to the third power times c to the first power. I'm just automatically putting a 1 there. And then you multiply these, and you add your exponents here. 4 times 5 is 20. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then leave your variable. So it turns into 20c to the fourth power for number 2. what if we have something that has multiple numbers to multiply, like this one? So 8g times 3g squared times g cubed. Again, you take your numerical numbers. So I have 8, 3, and 1. And you multiply them. 8 times 3 times 1. The 1's obviously not going to change it, so you could leave the 1 out. And 8 times 3 is 24. And then you go through and you look at your g's. So I have, I'm going to put it under here, g to the first power times g to the second power times g to the third power. You just add those, which equals 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So then it turns into g to the sixth power. So the answer to number 13 is 24g to the sixth power. And so you just combine your like terms and you multiply your numbers. So today I want you guys to do 1 through 12 on page 408.